Hello, everyone. This is Thomas Pepin, NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin, and let's play some NHL. So we are on Season 7, Episode 6 of the series where I've taken over the Toronto Maple Leafs. We just finished the playoffs for this season. What season is it technically? 28-29, I guess. And we won our fourth Stanley Cup in 7 seasons. I guess I should also say the 6th President's Trophy as well. Prince of Wales I don't really care too much about, but beyond the 4 Stanley Cups, we've also been to the final one more time. So 5 for 7 Prince of Wales as well. So pretty good. And now we're working on the off season. So give me 1 second. Just want to close something here. Okay. Yeah, so not much more to say, just getting into it. What was our cap? Did I trade away? I completely forgot about that. So I might have. I think I do, in fact, have that to deal with right away. That's a good reminder. So what we have is a first round pick. We're not doing it because we don't draft unless it's a franchise player. And yeah, so I'm going to need to move that first round pick. I thought it was actually going to be pretty smooth up to free agency, but I guess I do have a couple things to do. Okay. Let's see who's retired. Patrick Kane. He played with us for a bit. Malkin. Oh, Kucherov retired. I wonder if he's going to turn into like a scout or a coach or anything. Brock McGinn retired too. Oh, and Pajot. Really? It's a bit young. Could have played more. Any goalies retire? Mrazek, who we had before. Didn't we have Wedgwood as well? None of our coaches retired, which is good news. We don't need to interview anyone. Why would they put Thompson on the trade block? Surplus. Yeah, this is the way I always do trading blocks. I just undo everything that they do. And to be honest, like I always do my own trades. I don't really care what everybody else wants to offer. So, yeah, we'll save there. So I am going to have to... Oh, good thing I thought of this before starting, is I got to figure out what I... So I'm supposed to trade for a first round pick, basically. Oh, and the problem is I can't see... Oh, I guess I could do it in the trade view. Yeah, I need to figure out which team to try to get their first round pick for next season. So that's what we do, is if we don't get a player, we just transfer the pick to future seasons. So who's the worst one? See, I was surprised that Florida did so poorly. So maybe Florida and Buffalo I should pay attention to. And I think something I should maybe be paying more attention to is targeting teams that are in my division. The reason is because they're playing against us all the time, and if we're winning all the time, then they're gonna perform more poorly. So, I mean, we only, what is it? How many games do you play against your division? Is it 4? I think I can't remember for sure, but so I mean, it's not many, but just compared to everything else. Maybe I shouldn't even care about that because it's so few games. Anyways, okay, so I gotta pay attention and get this done ASAP. All right. And I think that's the only thing I have from... Oh, I do have a second pick that I gotta deal with. That Flames pick, I'm probably going to move to the following season because that's when I think everybody's going to retire, but that I can address at a future time. Now, who is not so good? So I want a team with low trade value, low overall, and low years left. Buffalo's an option. Wow, Calgary. Still, it's a number of years. They're not very good, though. Chicago, maybe. Whoa, Dallas is not looking good. But on the high end, yeah, they're not bad. Jersey's not that good. New York, eh? It's like, I actually like the idea of New York has a goaltending. Oh, maybe not. They got a good goalie. I mean, not that that's necessarily the big thing, but it's relevant. Pittsburgh's no good. Washington. So Washington or Pittsburgh. How's their goaltending? I think it's going to be Pittsburgh. I still have enough time to go and double check, so I'm just going to quickly go back through. Yeah, it's way worse than Buffalo, so they're all expiring. I think Pittsburgh's probably the better option still. So hopefully we can get that Pittsburgh pick. I don't know if we will. No, I don't think we'll be able to. So I'm going to have to target something with low trade value and then just, I guess, kind of hope because I don't have enough assets to actually go and trade for one of the best ones. So Buffalo's a consideration. And Dallas was really bad, weren't they? How did Buffalo look again? So actually, I think Dallas is a better choice. Florida. How did they finish at the bottom of the standings? I don't understand. What do they look like? Not bad. So far, I think I like Dallas. I already got through all of them. Okay, so Dallas it is. I hope this will be enough, but we'll see. I'm going to try to get more out of it. Stupid thing. Now the seconds, I didn't really need to do that. That's all right. Oh, maybe I should have gone for the next year's 7th, but whatever. We'll see what happens. Should I? Actually, you know what? Maybe I should do the Calgary one while it has good value. Okay, so when do these guys expire? Oh, we don't have the following year's draft pick. So I have to wait anyways. Okay. So then that should be everything. So I got all that. Yeah, nothing else to do. Oh, I wonder if it's gonna tell me. I wonder how good that first overall pick guy is. Pretty darn good, actually. Maybe we'll trade for him? I guess we'll see. Do. We have. Oh. So the top guy there is very important because he's way better than his role. So I'm going to have to do that. And we'll see with the scouts. And there's that guy that we couldn't play. Lindstein. Steen. Sure. Oh, I guess you know why I started off with that the other second overall pick is because I was just thinking that I wasn't going to be able to get the first, but then I was in the end. And I forget what team's second I was giving up. Wasn't it a decent value one? Anyways, doesn't matter so much. Alright, so again, I don't know if this necessarily makes a difference, but what I do is max out coaching budget and scout budget because I don't know and I don't want to chance it where you try to sign somebody in because you didn't have enough money allocated, you can't sign them. So I always do that just to be sure and cautious. Bear with me a sec, I just need to check my list here. So trading block we can't touch now. Budgets I just did. We need to re-sign coaches. So what was he making before point? So 877. 1 year left. He's probably going to go 6 years, 7 years. Man, he's developed, and that's all because of our performance, right? So he was pretty low. I think he was like wasn't he a B or B minus? Now he's an A coach. We have him 7 more years at 2.1 million. Pretty nuts. I think it's the GM that makes the coach in this case because, yeah, with a good team, almost any coach can do well. Okay, so we said 877. What is he asking for? He wants to be an associate. The answer is no, obviously. What is the cost of an associate coach? If we pay him the same as the assistant coach, we're still way, way under salary for coaches than you would have just seen there. I actually made a mistake on Andrews here and overpaid him, but you live and you learn. Okay, so 987 is what we're going to offer. He's going to be a NHL goalie coach. We want him 8 years. I think I said 987. We'll just do inflation up to $1 million goalie coach. Seems a bit high, but let's put a 1 notch below $1 million. Because the goal here, maybe before I execute. He's a B minus. But he's goalie specialty. He's an A. Isn't that? That's unreal. I'm just trying to think here. What do... Because I don't think I can find a better goalie coach. That's the problem. Because most of them are all like D's. So I don't think I should overthink this. So let's give him 8 and do what I was planning. If he doesn't like the salary, we can offer a bit more. So just under $1 million in a few days. You better not be a jerk about it, because you can make, what, half of that working for someone else? Good luck if you want that. And you won't win, whereas we win. So now, what's the story with this guy? DDDCAD. So in this case, I'm going to let him go, and I want to see what's available, because we might be able to improve on this. The problem is that to be able to sign a guy to the AHL team that's better than this is going to be difficult, but like I said, worst case, we can just try to get this guy again. What is he asking for? He wants to be an assistant, which is not a big upgrade in position. So we should be able to pull it off to get him again if we need to. So we're going to release him. I hope I didn't mess up and offer something other than goalie coach, because I've done that before too. Okay, so that's coaches. Scouts we need to do. So we definitely, any of the A coaches we want to re-sign. We'll give them whatever they want, really. B coaches, what do we have? I feel like I should just let them go. Because we can probably get more A coaches, and then worst case again, we just get them. And I think to be honest, we can operate with less scouts because we don't scout the AHL anymore. And so, as I've said before, the reason is because we never trade for AHL players really. So what's the point in even scouting them? I mean, that's kind of maybe bypassing something I'm supposed to be doing, but it makes no difference. I just assign the scouts for the whole season anyway, so it amounts to the same. So this guy's so good that we need to keep him. No, definitely not. Or was that she? So we'll let you go. What's your story? You're supposed to be NHL stuff. We have that already, so we don't really need you. I think this one didn't have much variety. So again, we don't need you. This guy's got decent variety. Do I have someone that can do Russia? Yes is the answer. So we will let you go as well. I don't think we missed anybody. Just gonna go back through. Did that release them? Pretty darn good shape if you got B-level coaches in on your AHL team. So I think we're doing quite well. think that's everything we're supposed to do. Give me a sec here. Or I should say, I think that's it with staff. What are we going to do with all these guys? So this is the guy we traded for that I thought we would be able to put in and play, but it never allowed us to. So, in any case, what are you wanting to sign for? It's the same as what you were asking for before. 4.7. You're asking for a lot. What was your performance? Small sample size and not anything substantial. Mind you, you're still slightly young. Do we keep his... Let's see how he does and keep his RFA status. Because he hasn't played long enough for us to be confident here. So 4.55 times 0.9 is what I do. So that's 409, which means 4.1. See, I don't like that he's asking for so much because he hasn't performed or anything. But again, we traded for him. We'll sign him. In worst case, we trade him. So just see how it goes. How did this guy do? 19 and 31. So we're just going to qualify you. What do we do here? Because there's not enough sample size. Your overall is pretty low. Let's just release you. 3 and 12, is that? It is regular season, so we'll release. We're releasing him. Yeah, because he's probably going to go to under 80 overall, so no way. $17 would be 34. How'd you do in the playoffs? Nothing. Release. Not enough. Release. 31 and 37. What are you asking for? You will do two-way. So, sure. $26. $9. Now I wonder if he's going to want one-way or two-way. Because he did okay pretty much across the board. $2 million? No chance. $9. Two-way. Hmm. 9 and 12. Is that good enough? $7 and 12. I think we're just going to release because his overall wasn't that high, so I don't think he's worth it. This guy for sure is going to want one way. And there's no chance we're doing that. $12 and 25, no. $6 and 12, no. 14 and 29. Nope. Didn't even play. That's 44 and 72. So that's a yes. $9 and 13. He won't go. His overall was a bit low. He's probably going to want one way. So that's a definite no. He probably wants one way. Oops. So no. 29 and 31. If you want two-way yes, one-way no. 18 and 31's a no. 44 and 72. If you want two-way yes. Two years, two-way yes. Then it looks like that's going to be it for contracts. So three offers, one qualifying, and then the other one, the D-man we got there. Goalies, nothing to do there. Done. Cool, so I think we're all done for those. We'll save. Hello, McCoy Mulgrew. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, let's double check. So that I don't need to do. Budgets are up. Coaches we extended. Scouts we extended. Players we did. Can't do that yet. Okay, so that should be good to sim through. So everyone said yes, I think. Then he's just qualified, so we don't need an answer. You don't want to stay as a goalie coach with a Stanley Cup winning team every year. Okay, well then don't. We'll try again at a higher dollar figure, but if he doesn't go for it, then, I mean, too bad for him. See, the problem is he wants two positions above what we're offering, so maybe if we do it at the number of years he wants. Wait, let's see. What can we offer? What can we offer? What's 0.6 times 2.1? 126. I mean, I'm just choosing an arbitrary number, so I'm going to offer 60% of the head coach's salary, the years he wants, but the position we want. So if that doesn't work, then he can go somewhere else. So it's 126, which is way too much for a goalie coach, but that's what we're doing. Four years. But maybe should we demand that he stays 8 years if we're going to give him that much money? I think so, actually. Screw you, buddy. If you don't like it, you're going after this. One, two, 6, 8 years, NHL goalie coach. Oh, we are still waiting on a scout, I guess. Sweet. So we got all of our good scouts extended. Okay, well, I guess you're going to some crappy team, Mr. Stanton. Good luck to you. Then that means I think we're done at this portion of things. Let's just double check. Oh, it skipped me through an extra screen and made me sim, but too late now. And I don't think it matters. Okay, one sec here. Okay. So now we have all the rest of the stuff to do, and this thing, I don't know why it keeps auto-populating. Or populating, however you want to put it. Because I cleared it before, and then now I have to go clear it again. Stupid thing. Good, good. Okay. Alright, let's first have a look at actually let's start with scouts, I think. So pretty much if there's an A, we're always going to go for them. It doesn't really matter what their specialty is. In this case, actually, they're very useful because it's Nordic specialty, which is great. Okay, and then I guess what we should do is see what we currently have covered, and then we can decide if we need anybody else. So we need USA West, East, and Central. So we got those. We need DEL. Got that. NLA at A minus is probably good enough. I don't think we're going to have better than that. Because I think we got rid of the guy that was an A for NLA. Yeah, A minus is good enough, I think, for NLA. Extra Liga. I think A minus is good as well. Next is ICE. I don't think we have anything for that. Oh, A minus, that's good enough. I mean, one guy can't do a whole bunch of different teams, but, or well, I guess you could if you just reassign the scout, but yeah, in any case, as long as we have, general coverage, because then we just assign based on priority, really. Then what else? We have Russia, I believe. I thought we did. Well, somebody's good enough. Okay, so to be honest, I don't think we're going to hire anybody else. Yeah. Wow, they go as low as D minus. Okay, so that is scouts. And I think I'm gonna save after each spot in case I mess up with my. So, for example, with the coaching, if I offer the wrong contract, if I can go back and undo it. Because, yeah, that one with our associate coach was far, far too much, and I didn't pay attention. It's okay in the end, but still. I would have wanted to correct that. All right, so coaches, we need a goalie coach in the NHL, actually both NHL and AHL. It'd be funny if we demoted our associate coach, who I think is an A now, and making 2.6 million, demoted him to the goalie coach. We could, I guess, in theory, but okay. So we want preferably somebody above the standard low for goalie coaches, which typically is around a D. So let's have a gander and see if there's anything. D, 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 D. So the answer is no. D minus, D minus, D minus, D, D, D. That's all we got. So D, D. So which one's best here then? D, 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 D. A, E. Two E's is a definite no. So this is the guy we had before. So we will, I guess, offer to pull him up to NHL goalie coach, and then the other guy is going to get AHL, I guess. Oh, before I do that, so he is AHL assistant coach. .46. So I'm going to offer him the maximum there for his level of coaching, basically. Oh no, I'm so bad at this. My short-term memories are horrendous. 4-6. Why did I just exit? 460. 460. 460. 1 year, 464 is good enough. NHL goalie coach. 460, 1 year goalie coach. Okay, and then the second best guy will offer for AHL. Oh, I should have actually done NHL assistant coach. You live and you learn. That's all right. I think the other guy's the one way at the top there. So in this case, we should have done 460. The other one, we should have done whatever it was, 600 or something. But too late. Oh, well, I mean, I saved a spot where I could go and redo it, but whatever. Should I just go do that then? Nah, you know what? Because it's not a substantial difference if I get the guy or not. AHL goalie coach, 1 year, 460. Because, yeah, these positions aren't so critical. It sucks that we don't have that goalie coach we had before. But that's how it goes. Where did he go anyways? Because I could have sworn that his teaching was in the A's. Where'd he go? I could have sworn he was. Let's go through this way. And I guess you know what, we could be just offering the same contract thing again, because who knows if he's even going to get picked up by anybody. See, the teaching's too low for me for that. Too low. Too low. I don't think that's the guy we had. I thought he was like a B or something. Was he retired or something? I don't know. I could have sworn. Maybe his teaching style changed? Is that possible? What was his name? Some of these guys are guys we had before. Stanton, wasn't it? So I guess, yeah, he did change his coaching style. That's weird. Huh. Yeah. So we're not offering for him anyways then. And if we don't get these coaches, we're going to have some not as good goalie coaches, but we'll see what happens. And we're competing against other teams for these coaches too, so unfortunate, but that's how it is. Okay, so we needed 2 coaches. We offered 2 coaches. Scouts, there's only 1 we offered. We'll go save that. What else do we have to do? So that's done. Budgets are up, so we can hire coaches. We did both coaches, both scouts. Oh, now we can see if anybody's going to want to extend their contracts and then decide on trading them from there. So Hughes was the one that was coming up, which is going to be interesting. I wonder what he's going to ask for. Oh, we have a bunch, which is not a bad thing because it means we can clear cap space. So if you take a look at the total salary on the bottom, well, towards the bottom right-hand side, there's this massive, it's nearly half. Well, is it exactly half? 90, well, yeah, essentially exactly half that we're chopping on our salaries from losing all these players. And our team, we don't even need those players, really. They're not all that critical. Well, Provorov, maybe you could argue, yes. Slavin's playing on the third pairing. Haig is our depth D. Hamilton, we're planning to trade right now anyways. Courtnall, I'm interested to see what's going to happen there too. He says he doesn't want to extend, which is weird. What's his problem? 60, 70 points in 82, and he's been good generally. He's gotten better. What's going on with goalies too? He doesn't want to extend, but we can probably do it because he's not asking for much, and I've liked how he's played with us. Before we do that, though, I want to see what the free agents available are. What are you asking for? 5 million? You gotta be kidding. You barely played. He's getting traded 100%. So that's where this guy we just signed, I guess he's going to fill in on the third pairing or the depth D. Hamilton, what are you asking for? We're not offering that. So you're getting traded. Hughes, this one's a very interesting one. 12 million? There is no possibility you're getting 12 million. I don't care that you've been our best player. There is no chance. So we might trade him and go back to Pasternak, actually. I wanted to get him, but we didn't really have the space. And the other thing is, to be honest, we can kind of just trade him and not even replace him. Or we could replace him with free agency, because we have a deep team as it is. I don't think we really even need him. I'm interested what Provorov's going to ask for. 6.7. 35 points this season, which is back to career average numbers. Now, to be honest, what I should be doing is comparing these contracts to the market and stuff, but I already know intuitively. And him, he's asking, well, the great example is you compared to that Slavin contract, which was, what, 7.1? Yeah. And he's asking for less than that. And this brings them up to 35, which is the ideal age. That's when I think their overall starts to deteriorate. Oh, but I want to extend it 1 year past and then trade him on that 35 year. So, but he's asking for more money. So then maybe not. Okay. He does want to extend. So in his case, 100% we're going to offer, but we're going to do as normal 6.775 times 0.9. So I think I've said this before, that other people have mentioned that you can do, I think, like 80%, but I just want to always make sure I get the guys signed that I want. And since they're always at low contracts, and again, it's just a video game, it's like semi-compensating them for their willingness to take less. So, and to stay with our team and their past performance and all that kind of stuff. So it rounds up to 6.1. When you first look at what he's asking for, it seems maybe expensive. Not in his case, actually, but in any case. Yeah, and then after you take off that amount, it actually looks totally reasonable. Let's just make sure. 6.1, 3 years, one way brings him to 35. Good for me. Now, what's your story? Not asking for much. The problem here is he's 35. He's going to start to slip. 6.8 is not that crazy though. Because then it goes down to 6, basically what we just did. I'm going to get a lay of the land first before I decide on him. So Haig was a no, Hamilton no, Hughes no, Slavin no, well Slavin maybe, Courtnall we don't know. 11 million, eh? So no is the answer for Courtnall. So that's a huge turnover. 1 year to the next. I mean, all things considered. No, I guess maybe it's not that crazy, but it's a lot of guys nonetheless. 6 players of, what's your starting lineup? 6 plus 12, 20. But anyways. So we're trading. So one thing, just as a tip, this is just my opinion and what I try to do, and you kind of heard me talking through it in the Provorov extension offer. So always try to have them locked up 1 year more than you plan to keep them, because you take them up to the year before their contract expires, trade them, so then you get value for the player. We didn't do that. So, for example, with Kucherov, and I kind of regret that, but in the end, we used them and we got another cup, and I'm okay with that. And now we have all these guys that we can trade anyway, so it's fine. But anyways, just that's a tip, something I would recommend. Sometimes you got to be cautious with the aging players that you don't extend too long, where they get so low that their trade value's bad and you never get anything. So sometimes once they get older, like a Hamilton example, just do like 2 year kind of things. So anyways, so that is it at the moment for extensions. Oh, I forgot to check because it doesn't tell me in the system. These views and stuff sometimes can be pretty annoying. We like sometimes it includes all of them, sometimes it doesn't, under the same title of main roster in the system. So like when you're doing the re-signing phase versus now, they're the same titles, but they display differently. So it's just, yeah, they could definitely fix that. So that's that. That's that. So none of these guys have gotten better at this point from the AHL guys. The Pepin guy, yeah, he hasn't either, but we still don't know. And I could have sworn Nolan went up, but anyways. Okay, so save after that. Give me 1 sec, just reviewing stuff here. Okay, so what kind of options do we have? Look at Hughes, his trade value it kept going up. So man, we'll be able to get a lot back. That's pretty fantastic. So in all likelihood, what I'm going to do is try to get Pasternak in a first, if I can pull off something like that. We'll see if we can. And still, I don't even know for sure if I need to. Actually, yeah, I should go check what the available free agents are before I start thinking too much. And Martin's was 83 overall? When and how did that happen? Huh. Like, we might not even really need to do anything because we've got such a strong lineup as it is. Our defense needs some fixing, adjusting. Yeah, and I'm not leaving this Judry guy in the juniors again. Even though for timing of players, I would like to. It's just he's far too good now. 87 overall, you can't leave him in junior. Bernier, on the other hand, I probably will. Just like I'm saying, kind of to stagger their entry into the league, which gives us better timing for contracts and things like that. So anyways, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of 9 forwards that we need. I think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're going to trade Courtnall, trade Hughes. And what's the situation on D here? So Lindstein, or is it Stein? Anyways, he's going to come in. Groslo stays with us. So that's 2, 3 Hronik, 4 Provorov, 5 Morrissey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually, we don't have that much to do on D. We could trade Morrissey because I have a feeling he's going to slip, and his salary's too high too. But we have the space anyways. We'll see what's going on with free agents, but that's probably. We'll probably keep him, but we'll see here. Okay, so free agents. Siders available 12 million. See, this is why we get rid of some of our guys. As soon as they ask for too much, we get rid of them. And you know for sure that this is the kind of stuff they're getting into later. So it's good that we're losing those players. Backer's a guy we were thinking about getting. That's pretty expensive. And I think in this case we would have to compensate uh, for a, whatever you call it, offer sheet. Actually, let's put this in order by overall. Cy Cup. Wasn't that good? Nyquist is a D. Do we trade for him? Trade and then sign. 8 point something's not that crazy. That one's kind of tough. Perfetti. That's 53. Kind of like picking him up because he's not asking for much. Got 7 guys, so he. He's 37. And because nobody's offered for him yet, it's probably going to be less expensive. And he could be a very good pickup too. Interesting. So we've got some interesting options at the moment. Defensive D. Who's this guy? So he's kind of like that Montreal guy we were gonna, or sorry, that we did pick up that we're gonna sign. He's not asking for too much. He's still young. We could trade for him too. Why is this guy so cheap? Interesting. And what's the goalie situation here? That's really cheap. What's his poise? Not that high. I think I'd rather stick with Thompson, even though his overall is a lot better. Any young guys? Yeah, so no standout things here, I don't think. Let's just double check by name now. Bennington. 2 million. I'd still rather Thompson because he's younger too. Thompson, that is. Okay, so we have a bunch of free agent options. There's a lot to balance here of figuring out what to trade for and what to try to sign. I forget if I saved after doing something recently, so I'll just do it again. Okay, so now let's consider what is out there. So ideally, we'd like to get ourselves a very good defenseman that's inexpensive, high potential. So we'll have a quick scan through. Who's this guy? Oh, he's a real person. He hasn't been very good. Very mediocre. What was he asking for? $6.5. For that performance, I couldn't justify it. So we're not going to trade for him. He's a guy I've been eyeing over the past few seasons, so since he got drafted. $19, $18, $23. So this guy again was, I think he was 4 point something million, 13 points, 23. Only on the third pairing, so I don't like that. He doesn't have much growth potential, it seems. Any other guys here? So specifically, I'm looking for young guys right now. I'm not looking at the good value contract because I'd rather. So the goal kind of is to keep staying young and improving at the same time. As staying young, well, I guess that's kind of conflicting, but anyways, it makes sense to me. I think this guy's asking for something crazy, wasn't he? Doesn't fit with us though. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. Another guy. Or maybe it was this guy that was asking for something crazy. I can't remember. 20 points. So he's got good ratings, top 4D. Professionalism. So yeah, I don't trust that though, because he might be one of those guys that asks for, well, a stupid contract. We would know. We could go look actually, might as well. So Nyquist, the defenseman, he was 87 overall. There he is. 8.3, yeah, we're not paying that for a young defenseman with that performance on top of it. It wasn't good enough. Nobody there. Nobody there. Who's this guy? It's a real person. Nothing there. So they need to be in the 80s somewhere. And most of these guys are sitting at like 79 or something. Who's this? Takashi. Could also trade for a guy that we leave in the juniors. What's this guy's story? Poise is good. Performance is not crazy bad. Doesn't fit with us though. No dice. But this guy I bet you is not, yeah, he couldn't even go to junior anyways. So far not so good for young D to bring in. Kind of sucks. There's a couple guys here maybe. I don't know him. He's a real person. I'd rather go with computer generated just because then they have whatever the game kind of is making. I kind of trust him more. Third pairing's too low. No dice. Brandon. I think this guy's asking for something stupid too. And is he a... He's defensive, yeah. Anyway, so we won't want him. Who's this? 1980 overall. Defensive. Come on. This is a guy I've noticed before, but it's defensive. So again, no dice. Now I could go for a defensive guy because, like I said, in my overall strategy, they just need to hold water. They don't need to produce offensively, but I kind of want everything. And I think I have the ability to be that fussy too because our team's so good and we've got the assets to be choosy. Especially at this point because we're probably trading the assets for stuff, so. Not looking so good though. Who's this? 12 points. Defensive again. Defensive. Oh yeah, there's this guy we were thinking about targeting. Did he play in the NHL last season? He did. See the problem, so he's got everything that we're kind of looking for. The problem is, so he's got the fit, but he lacks loyalty. So I have a feeling he's going to ask for too much money and then we're not going to turn out keeping him. We would have 2 years left of him though. And he was junior. So I think technically, even though you've used a year, you could send him down. Maybe we should just go for him and then deal with the consequences. Because again, we can always trade him again in the future. And it would be better to have him, because what we're looking for is so rare, than it would be to not have him. So at least because then we come from a position of strength as opposed to searching for something. So I think we will trade for him actually. Because yeah, this is the last team too. So the answer is yes, we are going to trade for him, and we might as well do it right away because he's one of our defense right now is one of our priorities. What do we have to trade? So preferably one of our old guys, but it doesn't look like that's an option. They don't want any of our older guys either. That sucks. So if they want young guys, they probably want picks, so we could maybe do a first and something. We need to get rid of Haig. Then that's a direct replacement. like that idea, actually. Heg. See, I was right about this first pick. It turned out actually appreciating by a lot. So it doesn't look like this is enough. What else can we trade? Buffalo second. So I have a feeling we're going to have to trade a lot to get this guy, but I'm okay with that. And remember, we're going to get back assets from the other guys that we're going to be trading. If we don't get it after this stretch, going through all the picks, then I don't know what the plan's going to be. Okay. Then what? How can we get this guy? We could trade that first pick and then acquire a similar replacement. Because Dallas wasn't going to be our first choice anyways. I think that's going to make the most sense, actually. Sucks how rare this type of player is to find. Because I mean, he's not. I'd rather not be choosing this guy, but I don't have any choice, I don't think. Oh yeah, I can use what's his face. Heck. I know something's going to work with using this Dallas first. It's just a question of when and what. And after we do this trade, I'm probably going to end the stream. I just want to get it done. It's so funny though, because they're going to be taking on a player that's going to want, well, you saw, I think 5 million, and he's a pretty mediocre player, so. No way. Okay, so this was easier than I was expecting. That's sweet. Okay, so now then what we can do, so this Toronto plus a second is more or less equivalent to another one of those firsts. Yeah, so that's great news. And on top of it, we've got all the rest of the stuff that we're going to do. Here, I might as well, even though I said I wasn't going to do anything else before I forget, we'll trade down a year for this. Is there any of the old guys that we want to get rid of that you want to take? No is the answer. That's too bad. And none of the guys we want to get rid of either. That sucks. Okay. Huh. Okay, well, it's not so bad either. So 2035, that's 5 years from now. So basically brings all their important players to retirement or close to it. So their team should be pretty garbage at that point. Maybe I could have just kept the year that I had, but I wanted to bring in one more because of some of these younger guys like D'Angelo, Fabry. They're a bad team as it is. That's kind of funny. And they're going to get worse, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so that's done too. We'll save, and then we'll end the stream there. Oh, and I might as well just do another duplicate. Cool. So, oh yeah, I offered. I just didn't hear an answer back. So I was thinking about the coaches that I offered contracts for. Seems so long ago. Cool. So we'll leave it there. I still have, well, the whole free agency to do, but now we have an idea of strategy / plan. We got one guy with us. Actually, on that note, just for my own sake, let's go back and see what our D situation is then. So we've got Grollo, Valcourt, or Valcourt. Who we could maybe send to junior, I guess, but so that's 1, 2, so 2 young guys. One's a left shot, one's a right shot, which is fantastic. Does it tell us his line fit yet? No. So we won't know till the season. But anyways, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, assuming we re-sign Provorov, 5 for Lindstein, 6 for Morrissey, assuming we keep him. Which means, and then we can still potentially keep Slavin. So we've got potentially our full D. We're going to trade Hamilton because he's going to slip on his overall very quickly because he's 36. He's getting paid way too much and his contract's going to expire. So we might not keep Slavin, and we also might not even keep Morrissey now that we got that new guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5D essentially locked up that we want. How many years did we do this guy again? 2. So yeah, so we could just trade all those guys for other stuff and then sign some free agents maybe as an option, because there's enough out there that we can do that. And I think I kind of feel like I should do that because then those can eventually, like I've said before, be repurposed for trades, and that'll help us build our assets, which are quite low right now. But by the end of this offseason, it's going to be a lot more than this. So this first is going to probably turn into a next year first package with something else. Plus, we're probably going to get a first in the Hughes trade. We might get a player back. We might not. I haven't decided yet. We'll see what's out there. And then the rest we're probably just going to fill with free agency, I think. For once, take a break of trying to pick up players. We haven't looked through the forwards that are available for young guys. There was the first overall pick that I actually could turn out targeting, but we'll see. Yeah, kind of depends here. Whole bunch of guys, all young and developing. Yeah, we're getting rid of Cordnall, so that's more assets we're going to get. That's like a first round pick. So, yeah. Anyways, I could talk about this stuff for ages. We're going to be doing it next stream anyway, so I'll leave it there. Okay, so if you like the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. The channel homepage is upcoming streams on regular NHL content. Nothing scheduled yet. Waiting for most of the off season to resolve itself. For things I can't schedule ahead of time, like franchise mode, that schedule is in the About section of the channel. We have a temporary schedule at the moment, so you'll have to check there to see the upcoming streams. Tomorrow is the next one. Then I believe we're off 2 days, and then on, I don't know exactly for how long. And then pretty soon, I think in about a week and a half or 2 weeks, we're going to go back to a regular schedule, I think. But that could change just with different things that are going on. For things I can't schedule ahead of time, like I already said that. The other thing was be a pros whenever I have time or feel like it. Any comments, leave them in the comments, suggestions likewise, and we'll leave it there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.